is the world's third principal tea producer after India and China. With approximately over 450,000 Kenyan farmers drawing their livelihoods from tea, tea becomes one of the top foreign exchange earners for the East African country, consequently becoming an important aspect of the Kenyan economy.
The Netherlands has a couple of bilateral partnerships with different countries, and one of these countries is Kenya.
The export management program by the CBI is happening in Kenya, where the CBI has taken the initiative to support the SMEs, especially in Kenya, in the tea sector, the tea industry subsector, to be able to venture into the value addition market in the European Union and in the regional markets.
Black tea from Kenya is highly preferred in the global market. Despite this positive attribute, Kenyan tea packers face serious challenges with regard to access to the European market to sell their tea that often sold as European tea, hence losing identity of Kenyan tea.
Specifically on value addition, Kenya has been very active and successful in exporting tea in high volumes, but we talk then about black CTC tea, let me call it the standard tea. While we found that in the European market there is an increasing demand on value addition in the tea. And when I talk about value addition, I'm talking about tea packed at origin.
What CBI has done with the small and medium enterprises is to take them through a 1-year training. Right now it's been 6 months, still moving, and we have had a series of trainings where we are able to assess our internal capabilities as organizations, do a SWOT analysis and find out where are we best placed to be able to to get into which segment in the European market and even the regional market. So that is what the program has been all about.
There are immense challenges in terms of insufficient information regarding the consumer in the European market have contributed to low export of tea among the small and medium-sized tea companies in Kenya. CBI, an agency of the Dutch Ministry of Foreign Affairs founded more than 40 years ago with a mandate to increase exports from developing countries to the European market, has been working with conglomerates of tea industry players in Kenya to assist these SMEs to penetrate the European market.
And the way how we work normally is that we first look at the demand side in the European market. Without demand it's useless to think about exporting. And based on the demand we select potential sectors, and then we look at the supply side. Which countries do have a comparative and competitive advantage to supply the demand.
And when CBI came for the audit, they thought we were qualified to do this with them, to train us more, since our export sales were declining and stagnating. So they thought it would be better if they brought us into this training and we get to know more about how to go about and get a better profit.
So from there we started working with CBI in terms of capacity building, so that we could be able to meet the standards in the European EU markets. So they promoted, they sold to the stakeholders to be conscious about value addition of the Kenyan tea, because Kenya is the third largest tea producer in the world, black tea producer in the world. Kenya is #1 exporter of black tea in the world. Unfortunately, the exports are done in bulk, so they are not value added.
So when you are able to know, to be guided, to be able to know it is better to approach the market in this manner, with this product and with this presentation, then it is easier for you to make a decision. You will be making a more informed decision.
The CBI program has generated a new excitement among the players with regards to information access to the local tea producers. CBI has been coaching, supporting and training marketing and general managers of some 16 selected companies and will do so in the next coming months to help them be ready for the export European markets.
And we've learned so much that I even didn't know about those markets we can actually target. And I really got excited. I even told the GM, the general manager of EPC, I have to go have a one-on-one with him, because I have seen so much that they have that we don't have. Okay, so, and that is going to help us strategize and probably know which markets do we need to target. If we are thinking of packed tea, packaged tea, if that is the way we want to go, which are the markets we need to target and how can we target these markets?
Actually, I would say this was something very good to our company because all along we've never done any export marketing planning. Our agents in the Europe are the ones who do that. All we do is send to them the products and then they do all the export market planning. But when CBI came along, they've trained us. For the few times we've come here, they've trained us. Now we are able to get new clients through their training. We are able to get our own export marketing plan as Meru Hubs, not through our exporters, our importers from abroad.
Coming through CBI, was here an opportunity whereby we will have a good stepping stone to help us penetrate this market, especially with the value-added tea.
What value addition is in this case is that we try to add here so that the money is earned here instead of abroad. Compared with the coffee sector where the roasting is done generally in the European market, if you roast here then you add the value here.
In order to be able to sell to the European markets, the small and medium enterprises need to understand the specific market requirements, bio requirements, market segments, and what exactly is value added to the tea.
Branding, we would also like to know the health factors for this tea. The tea bags, the type of tea bag that you're packing. Let us talk about more healthy packaging to that tea so that it can be to have more health factors.
To make sure that we comply to the EU standards and to make sure that we comply to a number of international food safety and other product standards internationally.
Product development, market development, so that we are moving away just from the traditional markets that we have relied on, selling our tea in bulk, but you're trying to sell it to the end consumer as Kenya tea, as opposed to when they buy our tea in bulk, then it is blended and they have to, and our identity is lost. What we have sought as an industry in the recent past especially is to have our tea also sold in its origin as Kenya origin tea.
It's because we want to take care of our identity. If we are going to do any packaging, we want to make it clear to whoever wants to pack our tea and they're using our tea in their blends, we want to tell them we want to see Kenyan tea. Or if it's my tea, I want to see it's KTDA tea.
Knowledge of the European market consumer by the SMEs in this program has been driven as one of the main bases of success in the market.
Already the consumer has set out his priorities and he has spelled them very clearly. That for me to enjoy, for me to take your product, it must meet this criteria. So he has done his part, especially at the international market. The consumer is out there has set his standards. He's saying it must give me a health benefit portfolio. It must be free of pesticides. It must meet the minimum requirements when it comes to MRLs. Now then,
we should be able actually to derive more value on per kilo basis through value addition processes, which includes actually increasing our variety. It includes things to do with packing, labeling, and marketing. It includes improving things to do with convenience and other ways.
Actually, this training has solved one very important question, relating the producer, the packer, and his consumer.
And this is the right time for value addition. Even the government has actually taken it up.
Dr. Kiprono, an agricultural researcher, has been part of this program. His work is to take an in-depth look at the technologies that have been developed and ensure they are cost-effective, evaluate them, and come up with the best for the farmer.
We develop good technologies for good agricultural practice. That will include issues to do with soil analysis to ensure that the soils are good for tea production. 2, we again design technologies that will maximize on land productivity. Such technologies like plant densities, plant populations, so that you maximize on unit productivity.
Dr. Kiprono says Tea Research Foundation has now developed some 49 quality tea clones that are of high demand to the European market.
Now, because of the health demands again, EU takes a lot of orthodox teas. We have now developed quality clones that can give you high quality orthodox teas. We've again gone ahead to develop clones that will give you the best green teas. So when we come to this process, we are able to inform our SMEs that please, you can now move out of your traditional product range, you can move out of your plug CTC products and adopt these new ones. They're available.
This program ensures the SMEs are able to access information and get out of their marginalized product portfolio and venture into new world of possibilities as they seek to improve their local and European market presence.
They've got a very practical approach, and it's not theoretical, unlike other trainings or seminars that we've had in the past. It's a very practical, it's based on our own situations, because it takes us through our own internal analysis, it takes us through how to do external markets analysis, and then based on opportunities presented in the market and based on our strengths internally, these accords are actually a very practical and very relevant way of doing things in a way that it will guarantee us success.
We've gotten a lot of information how we can stand on our own without the pressure of the importers in abroad. We've also realized that there are also other EU needs for the tea markets and herbal teas.
About 65% or 70% of our tea goes to 5 countries. That is a very concentrated portfolio. So for us, we want to see if we can be able to identify and establish new market contacts for our tea.
Knowledge of the European consumer and their needs by the Kenyan SMEs in this CBI program has been emphasized as one of the main bases of success in accessing the European market.
But now, out of the training, the trainers are able to give information on what the market wants. So that this is the first time that, because we'll have achieved our goal of ensuring that the consumer is aware of what's available for him, and at the same time is aware of what he's taking, that he's getting a unique benefit when he buys tea from Kenya.
Their training has given the SMEs understanding of their selling points.
One, value addition processes, which includes actually increasing our variety.
More healthy packaging to that tea so that it can be to have more health factors.
Market segments requirements in the EU.
It's about you understanding the market. Who do you want to take this tea to?
Not over-relying on black tea alone. We have a number of teas that can be produced in this country.
Thank you to CBI for selecting us. It was not that it was a privilege to be here. We had to go through a selection criteria, and there are many people who are doing teas, but Meru has was selected.
That we are very, very grateful of CBI, because this is the first time on this platform that such a training has been organized, and it's come